Minnesota's upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be playing against Russell Westbrook and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Thursday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets.
And that game against Milwaukee, that's a contest that I'll keep an eye on. That'll be the 5th time they take it to the floor, and they want to get off to a fast start this year.
Now the starting group for San Antonio. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. Then it's Harrison Barnes. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the 4-man position. And for Minnesota, Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
Now here's Wembanyama. Fox for 3. Yes! And it's Wembanyama picking up the assist. Year after year, this early portion of the season is characterized by a great deal of overreaction, Grant.
The media and fans build up a lot of expectations in the offseason. And it's not that bad, but when those expectations aren't met, watch out. Listen, we all just need to settle down and see how things play out. The season is still very young. Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh, my, he just attacks that interior.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Now here's Fox. He's got 5. And it's Fox with the jam.
How about the vertical from Fox? Throwing it down with authority. Go get it, young fella.
Randle on the screen from outside the arc. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Tries again. Wembanyama. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
DiVincenzo against Fox. McDaniels, a screen on Fox. For 3, DiVincenzo. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Offensively, they've been pretty sharp. 3 for 4 so far.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
5 on the clock. Here's Fox. And there are the Spurs with another bucket. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, De'Aaron Fox, the inaugural 2023 Clutch Player of the Year, he said, quote, "You can't be afraid to fail. Obviously, you're not going to make every shot, but my team puts me in position to succeed, so the least I can do is have confidence in myself to take good shots." Brian?
Allie, thanks. You know, he's become a star. Here's Randle. And the layup is good off the glass.
What a nice burst. Randle changing ends like a guard that time.
And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Castle. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Yeah, this is where Castle likes to find his points, closer in to the hoop.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Randle, a screen on Fox. Pass to Gobert. Outside Edwards. Shot clock at 5. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Fox. 9 points in the game. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
Man, I like how confident Fox is inside. I mean, awesome. Absolutely awesome. Getting good positioning close to the basket.
Pass to Gobert. Outside McDaniels. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Spurs lead by 4. Now Fox, 11 points in the game. 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Mamukelashvili. DiVincenzo covering.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, BA. Not sure what got into him.
Here's Edwards. And so it's De'Aaron Fox making highlights for San Antonio. 11 points in the quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Spurs.
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Wembanyama, screen on DiVincenzo. Outside Wembanyama. Jacks up a 3. Wemby showing off the range.
Yeah, you've got to worry about Wembanyama everywhere. He puts a defense to the test.
DiVincenzo against Fox. DiVincenzo, the pass to Gobert. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, Clark, how about Rudy Gobert? What consistency rebounding the ball.
Yeah, averaging double digits pretty much every season, BA. And that helps them in the battle of possessions, obviously. And it also helps them control pace. You've got a guy who eats glass like that and defends at a high level. You got something real good for yourself.
DiVincenzo with a steal. Edwards looking it over. Edwards muscles it inside. Wow.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident in taking on defenders and finishing.
DiVincenzo against Fox. Wembanyama, screen on DiVincenzo. Wembanyama down low. 5 to shoot. Hauled in by DiVincenzo.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Close the net on 2 minutes played here in the second. The 3 is up. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Here's Edwards. Randle, right side. Off the window, it's good. Randle's gotten his second bucket of the game.
You know, it's encouraging to see Randle working on this shot. You can tell he wants to get better from there.
Fox with the ball, and it's Gobert picking him up. Fox outside. Pass to Barnes. Fox outside. Here's Castle. Let's go with a 3. The basket's good off the assist from Fox. Castle's got 5 points.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Edwards for 3. Can't get it to go. His second miss in 6 tries. Outside Wembanyama. Pass to Castle. Back to Wembanyama. Fox against DiVincenzo. Outside Wembanyama. And again, it's the Spurs from deep. And the elite bigs today can score posting and facing up, Clark. Can all those options make it hard to decide which way to attack?
Well, I agree with you there, and I think it's a good problem to have, quite honestly, BA. I mean, that's also, I think, where coaching and analytics comes into play. Trying to keep track of what approach is going to work best for you.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Ryan, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie. For three, DiVincenzo. The long-distance three is buried. 6 points for him.
It appears their offense is lacking some balance right now. Maybe too much reliance on the three ball.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold, things aren't going as well. You got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
Showing off the major hops. Wow! Look at Fox. Get up and finish with some power. Coach loves the execution, just not the result. That's okay. That's part of the process.
Three from Barnes. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's Randle with the jam.
Boy, what a throwdown by the well-built 6'9" Julius Randle with power.
And here's Fox. 15 points in the game. Outside for Wembanyama. Offline with a 3. Outside McDaniels. The 3 ball. And the 3-pointer goes. And now just a 4-point Spurs lead.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good... All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure?
As we shift our focus now to the Spurs, it's a tight one after 2 quarters of play.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job.
That does it for halftime.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, it's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
Slicing up the defense, living in the lane. Terrific first half for him.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
On the court for San Antonio, we've got Jeremy Sohan. And it's Champagnie at the small forward position. Picked up by Sohan. Vassell outside. An easy 2 on the layup. And the Spurs lead by 6.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Here's Alexander Walker. Off the mark there with a 3.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Vassell against Miller. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, going up there. Vassell showing off his hops.
Reed a screen on Vassell. From deep, Conley nails it from 3.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Vassell against Conley. To the left wing. And the foul called on Nickeil Alexander Walker. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
90 seconds into the second half now. On the wing, Vassell. He's guarded by Conley. Just 5 on the clock. Bassey, the pass to Vassell. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Alexander Walker. He's scoreless. Offensive rebound.
This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4.
Pass to Branham. Now Vassell. From deep. Drains the triple. Vassell's got 7 points.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4 and looking good doing it.
Conley looking for an opening. The teardrop. Sohan with a rebound.
Halftime didn't do them any favors offensively. They've missed 4 of their last 5 shots. And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that.
Yes, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Count it. Good.
Everything Conley does out there is purposeful.
Spurs lead by 8. Vassell outside. Pass to Bassi. Back to Vassell.
2 minutes remaining.
They set the pick.
2 minutes.
Here's Bassi. All sorts of time. Reed with the rebound.
With that much room around him, it's hard to imagine he could have gotten a better shot.
The shot by Conley. No good. San Antonio's gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. And that one drops. And the Spurs lead by 10.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Inside. Here's Miller. And it's good. 2 points. Miller's got his first bucket in this one.
High percentage play. He's excellent around the rim.
Conley against Vassell. And there's the drive. Banked it in off the glass. Vassell's got 11 points in the quarter.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Conley against Vassell. The shot by Conley. No good. San Antonio leading by 10. Pass to Bassi. And here's Vassell. 4-3. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
The team counts on Vassell for this, a reliable producer of 3-point buckets.
Conley on the attack. Reed for 3. San Antonio with a rebound. On offense, here are the Spurs. They're on a 16-7 run. Picked up by Sohan. Vassell outside. Pass to Sohan. Back to Vassell. Takes a 13-foot. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer!
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Nothing.
And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. San Antonio on top, up by 15. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Ed is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Steven Chenzo in at the point. So that's the lineup from Minnesota.
Make some noise.
And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. A 17-point lead, their biggest. Following this game, they host the Magic. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. The Timberwolves shooting 46%, a decent average so far. Lets it fly. Randle can't hit.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Fox with the ball. He's picked up by Edwards. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for San Antonio?
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And also attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Timberwolves trail by 17. Launches a 3. Edwards making it look so easy from deep.
Boy, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
Three-pointer, Fox. Cash money. Out of his 14 attempts, he's drained 9 of them.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Outside Wembanyama, clock at 6. That's good from Fox on the assist from Wembanyama. Fox has got 7 now in this quarter.
They're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And it's Randall with the jam.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Fox for 3. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the inside, Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Hey, we use the term explosive a lot, but Edwards, this guy is explosive times 3.
Fox for 3. Again, the miss by Fox.
Well, most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
Gobert with it. He's picked up by Barnes. Play into his straight. Gobert inside.
Yeah, and Gobert's teammates encourage him to seek out his offense, especially when he's this deep.
DiVincenzo against Fox. 1:46 left in the fourth. The whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game. 1:44 left to play in the fourth. Pass to Castle. Down low. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Spurs.
And at first glance, it appeared to be an easy win for them. However, they had to weather some storms along the way, Grant.
Yeah, in terms of competitiveness, it was a lot closer than the final score indicates.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for De'Aaron Fox.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
Their focus has been terrific. They really put on a clinic here today.
And, you know, everybody in the building knows this is a wrap, a done deal. Put this one in the W column.
51 seconds left in the final quarter. Fox for 3. An absolute bomb from three-point range. And the Spurs lead by 17. DiVincenzo against Fox. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
DiVincenzo.
Boy, the upside DiVincenzo has is obvious. I mean, now it's up to him to continue working on his game and keep getting better.
Fox feeling it out a bit. Outside for Wembanyama. And stolen by Edwards. Outside, DiVincenzo gets the 3 to fall.
DiVincenzo.
9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Fox. And Fox powers it home. The drive by DiVincenzo.
Assisted by Rudy Gobert.
From deep, Wembanyama. Basket is good. And so it's San Antonio easily grabbing this one. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was...
Still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. Michael Porter's out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Jokic in at the center, locking down the middle.
And on the drive, Murray can seem unstoppable. His agility cuts the defense apart there.
Gobert with a screen for Edwards. Pass to Gobert over Jokic. DiVincenzo kicks to Randall. Unloads. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Now here's Murray. Shot clock at 6. The shape. And it's good on the way in.
And inside, Murray's attacking mentality pays off. He just works hard to find his own shot.
And Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this core. Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Gobert, the screen. DiVincenzo passes to Randall. There's the triple. And Brown pulls it down. Nuggets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Jokic with it, picked up by Edwards. It's good. Jokic just got his second basket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
And now look at the numbers for Edwards. Coming off a terrific season. He averaged about 26 points a game last year, 5 assists and 5 rebounds. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
Here's Murray. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. Misses from close range.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Randall surveying the D. Lets it go with a 3. It's good from long range.
Well, Julius Randall has put in time to grow his ability to make three-point shots. Nice delivery.
And Hall of Famer David Aldridge spoke with Chris Finch. David?
I asked him what's the hardest thing about facing Nikola Jokic. He said the way he controls the game at the offensive end. He keeps everyone involved. He's a great scorer, and you have to keep him off the offensive glass. It's a tall order, all of it. Guys?
I thank you, David. Oh, here's Edwards, following the miss by Jokic. A 3 for DiVincenzo. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Whistle blows, bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And if you were to assemble a first-team all-second rounders, Jokic would be a shoe-in.
Randall a screen on Murray. Here's McDaniels. Pass to Randall. And then Randall slams it in.
Wow, Julius Randle with a little flavor on the finish.
Murray against DiVincenzo. It's stolen by Randall. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Nothing on the board.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And here's Jokic outside. Gobert pulls it in. Minnesota's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And finished off by McDaniel.
Oh, such an impressive athlete. Mr. McDaniel, send it in.
DiVincenzo against Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
Oh, big finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the team.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, he wasn't someone you wanted to foul. If you were defending him last season, 85% is what he made from the line.
And so Murray nails both of them.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Here's McDaniels. What a performance by Jamal Murray. He has been the story for the Nuggets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and had close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Hands it from downtown.
And the best scorers, like Murray, they believe every shot they take is going in, no matter how deep they are on the floor.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. The Nuggets leading by 3. Now, here's Jokic. He's got 7, Porter. And he banks in the layup.
And the size Porter Jr. has helps him on those physical takes. Great work inside there.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Will it go? And finished off by Edwards.
Oh, Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
Murray looking around. Gobert with the block, and he recovers it. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Jokic has got the lead up to 8 now for the Nuggets. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Knocked loose. Randall passes to DiVincenzo. Randall kicks to DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. Back to DiVincenzo. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Last time they met was in Denver.
And really just a bad loss. No other way to put it. I mean, they maybe overlooked some of the bench players because those reserves got loose offensively.
Here's Murray. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And now it's a 10-point Nugget lead. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep in the second. Here's McDaniels. It's hauled in by Jokic.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
The kick out to Porter. Jokic sets the screen for Porter. Back to Jokic. A slam by Jokic.
Oh, that's just too easy for Jokic. This is why defensively you've got to get him away from the basket.
It's been a few years now, Doris, but it feels like point guard is the position in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, we certainly have our share of great point guards. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they seem to be in the MVP conversation consistently. But the last couple MVPs, you look back, you've got a couple of centers. For a long time, the small forward spot dominated the game. It's really something that's in constant flux.
And there's no doubt Murray can fill it up. Good luck bringing him down to earth when he's on this kind of a roll.
Here's Randall. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Here's the Nuggets with the ball. They're on a 16-4 run. Stolen by McDaniels. And here's the fast break. Edwards with it. Now guarded by Porter. And Randall throws it down.
Wow, excellent explosion off his feet by Julius Randle.
Here's Murray.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Back to Gobert. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Murray outside. Goes back up. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 12. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Randall with a screen for DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock, and it's in there.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. Lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's the sound of the offense. They were absolutely hungry.
And now let's... That is more than enough of...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Jamal Murray.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
Second half is underway. Here's who Michael Malone's got on the floor. Aaron Gordon out there with Sharge. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Crawford in at the shooting guard position. Outside Westbrook. There's the drive. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Westbrook's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nuggets.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Now let's take a look at the scoring breakdown tonight, divided between the starters and the reserves for the Nuggets. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
What we know unequivocally is the best players being your hardest workers, the guys who want to be held accountable, make such an impact on your program, and that is Russell Westbrook to a T.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Westbrook. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the Nuggets.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this week's lead.
And when you look at Alexander Walker, Doris, so consistent from year to year.
This is a young man who knows his role, finds ways to help the team within the context of what the Stars are doing. And those are exactly the kind of role players you need in order to have a quality basketball team.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, it's a cliche, but the Nuggets certainly have strong values. Coach Michael Malone says open and honest conversation. That's the best way to have a real team. We talk about family a lot in our locker room. Families don't always get along, but they have to communicate. All the guys that are willing to speak up, that's invaluable. Kevin?
You can't put a price on it, David. Thank you. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Yeah, Naz Reid, aware that ball hits my hands, I've got to be ready to rise and fire.
Here's Westbrook. Takes it off the glass. Westbrook's got 8 points.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Westbrook. He can't hit that time. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Stolen by Reed. Pass to Ingles. Alexander Walker on the wing. Into the lane. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And that's a little like a fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
To the inside, Gordon. A shot missing. Good work defensively by Ingles. Timberwolves trail by 14. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Alexander Walker with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. It's deflected. And here we go with Westbrook heading to the hoop. Goes up. And Westbrook throws it down.
Russell Westbrook, always dangerous. This guy keeps constant pressure on your defense.
Here's Reed. He's got 5. Down low. Here's Alexander Walker. Here's Miller. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. The Nuggets leading by 13. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Strother. Outside Gordon. Shot clock at 6. Outside Westbrook. Here's the 3. Rebound Minnesota. Here's Shannon. 32 seconds left in the third quarter, and he makes good on the layup. Shannon's got his first points of the game.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Pass to Strother. "16 seconds left in the third. Lob pass to Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Here's Reed. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Denver, 13 points. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The Nuggets leading by 13. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Randall out there with Gobert, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Watson the screen. Here's Brown. Jokic passes to Brown. He's off on that one. To the paint. DiVincenzo finds Randall. Porter with a block.
Good work on the defensive end for Porter Jr. Timing things just right there to get the block.
Watson the pass to Porter. Off target from outside. Timberwolves trail by 13. DiVincenzo with it. And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
So it's the Timberwolves now. Here's McDaniels. And it's Jokic with the rebound. The Nuggets leading by 13. Here's Watson. Pass to Brown. Jokic with the screen on DiVincenzo. It's stolen by Edwards. On the wing, DiVincenzo. McDaniels against Murray. Right side, Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
A big you can't really send to the line too much. Jokic, an effective free throw shooter.
And Jokic drops them both.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line. This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
On the wing, Murray. He's defended by Randall. Watson's shot is off.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Randall outside. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Very healthy, 6 for 9.
Guard him big, guard him small. Julius Randle is so crafty on the interior, it matters not. He's going to finish.
Murray outside. Driving the lane. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
And you think Murray all about scoring, but Murray is about what helps his team win.
Porter passes to Brown. He's looking for Porter and finds him.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Oh, I thank you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Brown's shot is off. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Timberwolves. A 12-point game. DiVincenzo backs in, coming off an assist from Randall.
Well, keep your head up. Look for an opportunity to facilitate Julius Randle the delivery.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Nuggets.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jamal Murray.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. .43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Jokic with a screen on DiVincenzo. Wide open look here for Murray. Buries it from three-point range. And the Nuggets lead by 15.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And here's Jokic outside. Minnesota with the rebound. And here is McDaniels. Gobert. And Gobert throws it down.
That's a smart pass from Jaden McDaniels. Just finds a teammate operating with a little space.
For three, Murray. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Dorisburg, David Aldridge.
Many things to love about opening day. What's tops on your list, RJ?
A lot of things, really. But, man, the energy in the building. This house is rocking. These fans are so pumped up and optimistic about their team right now.
Let's take a look at our starters for Denver. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Nikola Jokic is out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. San Antonio with the ball. The Nuggets getting their last shot to go. Fox with the ball. He's against Watson, and it's Fox missing. And it's Jokic with the ball for the Nuggets. You know, they beat the Spurs during their last encounter in San Antonio.
And guys, those road games are never easy. But they had a solid strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, despite the challenges of being away from home, they were able to execute cleanly and look really fresh out there.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
You like to pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk,
better, you'll take it.
Well, the vertical Gordon has is phenomenal. So why settle for the layup when you can just slam it down?
Since drafting Wembanyama, the Spurs have looked like a team that gets better every game, RJ.
And they're still so young. They're learning the intricacies of the game and how to play with each other. But you can tell things are coming together and the future looks bright.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Moments ago, Greg Popovich and I were able to chat, and I asked him about their matchup against the multiple-time MVP Nikola Jokic. He told me, quote, Jokic is going to find a way to impact the game. We just need to make it tough on him. We have to bring the physicality and be cognizant of other guys cutting to the rim. We'll see how their defense holds up, BA.
Thanks for that, Allie. Now here's Wembanyama, and stolen by Murray. Now Jokic. Pass to Watson. Back to Jokic. And a missed layup.
I mean, I think that was their first miss of the game. They've been just rolling.
And it's Fox penetrating. Castle for three. The basket's good. Off the assist from Fox.
And 3 for 4 to start, showing some rhythm.
The Nuggets have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Murray deciding where to go with it. Pass to Brown. Gordon with a screen on Fox. Left side Watson. Clock is at 3. Going inside. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Jokic against Fox. Left side, Wembanyama. Again, the Spurs score.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
Richard, the first winner of the NBA Clutch Player of the Year, De'Aaron Fox.
And he's great late in games because he's so quick. You got to give him space. But he's improved his outside shot, so you can't just lay off of him. Makes him a little tough to guard, especially late.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And it's Fox penetrating. Outside for Wembanyama. Pass to Barnes. Back to Wembanyama from outside the arc. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. And so it's Jokic who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Fox right side. And Fox powers it home.
Even though Fox is just 6'3", he's got some hop, showing them off a little bit on that
play. To the inside. Outside Watson. Gordon with a screen on Barnes. Here's Watson. No good with the triple. For San Antonio, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. Wembanyama screen. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
How about Castle? He'll take any chance he gets to finish with power.
Outside Murray. Screen by Gordon. Murray, no good.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw's good for Fox. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Gordon outside. Up in time. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's De'Aaron Fox making highlights for San Antonio. Hunting for opportunity. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What do you guys think about San Antonio here in this one?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. Then there's Barnes. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the 4-man position. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. Here's Watson. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. All right, look here at the passing numbers over the last several months for Chris Paul.
His assist numbers haven't been where we'd expect them to be over the past few months, and I hope that worries him too, because his ability to create assists is a big part of what makes him a complete offensive package.
And Peyton Watson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Wembanyama, screen on Murray. Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Okay, HB, I see you still pack a punch. That's an impressive finish.
Here's Brown, covered by Wembanyama. From deep, Jokic. San Antonio with a rebound. RJ with Harrison Barnes on the roster. The team can count on durability and reliability.
Oh, and don't forget about the veteran leadership he brings to the table. You can't underestimate how important it is to have a champion and a veteran like that in your locker room.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
And timeout is called by Michael Malone. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Here's Murray. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
Yeah, nice play by Murray. A big guard who is unafraid to mix it up inside.
Fox outside. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Nuggets trail by 5. Second quarter basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Gordon outside. Shot clock at 6. Screen by Watson. And the layup is good off the glass. Gordon's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Oh, an explosive finisher. Gordon is also skilled at staying in control and finishing through contact.
Fox. And Fox powers it home.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Murray passes to Watson. Now Gordon. The Nuggets need to get one up. Here's Watson. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Pass to Castle. Richard, if the three-point shot was never introduced, how different do you think the game would be?
The offensive strategy would be very different. The game would be more physical, and it was more physical. And the main priority would be creating high-percentage looks.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Aaron Gordon fits perfectly with this team because of his lunch pail approach. Coach Michael Malone said, I think Aaron Gordon is a prime example of somebody who's truly selfless. He does the dirty work for us, and a lot of times he doesn't get the credit he deserves. Brian, not today.
That's right. Good call, Allie. Thank you.
Yeah, standing tall at the arc, Jokic buries it.
Here goes Fox. Puts the move on. Wembanyama screen. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's Murray. 7 points in the game. It's stolen away. 1:05 left to play in the first half. Here's Castle, defended by Murray. And the basket by Castle. And now it's a 9-point San Antonio lead.
a statement from Castle tonight, proving to the league he's going to be a problem for years to come.
On the wing, Murray. Pass to Jokic. Here's Brown. And the Nuggets hit again from deep.
The combo guard, Murray, capable of hurting you with his scoring as well as with his passing.
Wembanyama screen. Here's Fox. Oh! Fox with the flush off the drive.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Here's Castle. He's got 12. Drives to the hoop. Trips it home off a terrific move.
You give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want, but guys have to go out there and
There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
The officials signaling that they are going to take a look at this replay.
And, of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
Looking at the Nuggets, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone. And looking back on that first half, it certainly hasn't gone as planned for the Nuggets.
To me, it's thought.
Thanks as always.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. San Antonio leading by 8 on the court for the Nuggets. Zeke Naji out there with Dario Saric. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Strother in at the shooting guard.
Vassell has no conscience behind the arc. He will not hesitate to get it up.
Here's Westbrook. Sweet little floater.
Making the floater look this smooth is not as easy as it looks. It's a challenging shot.
Vassell against Westbrook. Pass to Bassi. Vassell outside. Johnson inside. Here's Champagnie for 3. And Russell Westbrook pulls it down. Outside Porter. Naji passes to Saric. No good with a layup. San Antonio leading. Vassell outside. To the left wing. Here's Bassi. And the shot's good. Bassi's got his first points of the night.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Porter with a screen on Vassell. Westbrook taking his time here. And it's good. 2 points. Westbrook's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The D must force Westbrook farther outside because he can absolutely hurt you from down there.
Vassell outside. Pass to Sohan. It's stolen by Saric. Fast break. Here come the Nuggets. And timeout is called by Michael Malone. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
And we see it so often. One little tweak to the game plan and everything falls into place for a team.
With a break here, let's see which team racked up the assists during last year's campaign. The Spurs second, the Nuggets third.
During last season, both of these teams were just unselfish, piling up the assists.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs. They've led by as many as 11. Following this game, they host the Magic, and that game will conclude a 4-game homestand for them. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's on Dario Saric.
Becoming more of a threat to score. Vassell drawing the attention of the D.
Grant, compared to some of the flashier scorers, Devin Vassell has a more workmanlike approach.
Yeah, he can quietly drop a big game on you. He doesn't draw attention with stylish plays and big circus shots. He just grinds it out by finding his looks.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Champagny, pounded by Westbrook. San Antonio again missing. Nuggets trail by 9. Here's Najee. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Vassell against Westbrook. Vassell outside. He takes it in. Pass to Sohan. Johnson with it. 5 on the clock. Spurs need to get one up here. San Antonio again can't hit.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
And Saric throws it down.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Vassell against Westbrook. Vassell outside. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Back come the Nuggets on the run. And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here if he can convert.
That's just a veteran play from Westbrook, showing toughness by taking the hit and scoring through it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Outside Johnson, and he drives in. Vassell outside. There's a screen. Takes a 3. Hits the trifecta. Vassell's got 8 points.
Too much space on the perimeter. There needs to be a little more energy from the defense.
Outside for Porter. Fires for 3. Saric outside. Porter against Vassell. Porter, the pass to Westbrook. Goes back up. And it's laid up and in by Porter.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Spurs lead by 3. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Vassell. Over to the left wing. Here's Bassi. And he banks in the layup.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
There's 10 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Westbrook, that's good. Westbrook's got 8 points in the quarter.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. He wants to review the game plan. The 3 from Barnes. No good on the shot. That concludes the 3rd quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Greg Popovich addressing his team.
Let's get about 3 or 4 stops in a row.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. We've got Wembanyama. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. Then there's Barnes. And it's Mamukelashvili in a power forward. That's the San Antonio 5. Murray against Fox. Outside Wembanyama. Wembanyama, screen on Murray. And it's Fox penetrating. Outstanding balance from Fox.
Yes, sir. Fighting through the bump. Now trying to finish the three-point play.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Spurs.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And we can't forget about how ferocious they've been cutting to the rim, just going right at defenders and finding ways to finish.
That shot is off. Excellent defense there from Watson. And it's Jokic with the ball for the Nuggets. It's a three-point game. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Here's Castle. Wembanyama, screen on Murray. Here's Castle. Jokic grabs the board. Jokic has got 7 rebounds in the game. The ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Fox. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Got a piece of it. Watson with it. Pass to Jokic. Rebound by San Antonio. They've led by as many as 11. Fox feeling it out a bit. Outside for Wembanyama. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Second team foul.
San Antonio with the ball. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. 4 on the clock. Barnes passes to Wembanyama. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist.
Yeah, you've got to worry about Wembanyama everywhere. He puts a defense to the test.
On the wing, Murray. Jokic, the screen. Three-pointer. Murray finds Jokic. There's the three. They get the rebound. Jokic muscles it down.
Morphing from second-round pick to superstar. Jokic comes up big for this team night after night.
Here's Castle. Outside for Wembanyama.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left in the fourth. Wembanyama screen. Box for 3. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Nuggets trail by 4. Here's Watson. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
Oh, man. I mean, the passing from Jokic is off the charts. Gave his man just a great look.
Wembanyama screen. Barnes drives in. The short one's on the money. And the Spurs lead by 4.
And I understand we're seeing some potent offense, but you have to put up more of a fight defensively.
Shoot, this defense is giving me hope. The way I look, I can sign a 10-day and put up a few buckets on this squad.
Here's Murray. And the layup is good.
And this is why they go to Murray in critical spots of the game. He just knows how to come through. Whew.
Barnes against Murray. Barnes goes in. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Here's Brown. He's covered by Fox. And he sinks it. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Barnes goes in, and it's good.
Good things happen when HB drives that lane. He's either a bully to the basket or he gets to the line.
Murray inside, working on Barnes. Back to Murray. Jokic the screen. Outside Watson. Here's Brown. Shoots. And it's Watson missing. Pass to Castle, puts up a three, fires, hitting the triple. Now it's a 7-point Spurs lead. And so it's San Antonio with the W. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
This is what the schedule looks like for the Spurs. On Tuesday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
And for the matchup with the Cavs, that's one to watch for. Fourth contest of this brand new NBA season. Interested in how those teams match up in the early part of this year.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Julius Randle is out there with Gobert, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. And for the Spurs, they've got Wembanyama. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the 4 spot.
Yeah, you have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on it.
DiVincenzo finds Randle. Back to DiVincenzo. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pass to McDaniels. Just 5 on the clock. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery stand, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
Now, here's Fox. Wembanyama outside. Off target with his 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Gobert, the screen. Here's DiVincenzo. It's picked off. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
And let's look at the numbers for Anthony Edwards. He's coming off an excellent season, putting in about 26 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yeah, their entire system would look different if they didn't have this guy to depend on.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. Here's the 3. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. The Spurs have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Takes the 3. Here's Wembanyama. And he uses the glass on the layup. Wembanyama's got 7 points. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Greg Popovich.
Now we talked about the tall task of facing Anthony Edwards. Coach said he is so physical. Ant looks more like a linebacker than a wing, so we can't foul Edwards too much. That's playing right into his hands. So we're going to try to play him tight without sending him to the line. Not easy to do. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Barnes against Edwards. Barnes passes to Wembanyama. And another basket for San Antonio. Greg is a player. How long does the excitement of a new season last?
I'd say it starts to wear off right about now. You got to start bringing your own motivation to every game, and you need to provide your own energy.
Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
DiVincenzo against Fox. And it's blocked.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
.106 left in the first quarter. And Fox gets it to go.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
Wembanyama, a screen on McDaniel. Launches a 3, and there's Wembanyama, and the assist by Fox.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Gobert with a screen on Fox. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Another shot, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Shot clock at 6. Lets the three fly. Sinks the three-pointer. DiVincenzo's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Timberwolves. Now Fox. 5 points in the game. Wembanyama, a screen on McDaniels. Wembanyama left side. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
They've got Castle. He's out there with De'Aaron Fox. Barnes out there with Wembanyama. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in a power forward. So that's who San Antonio starts the second round. Wembanyama looking it over. A pass to Fox. Spurs working the ball around now. Wembanyama, a screen on DiVincenzo. And that one's good. Barnes.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo.
First personal.
That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Right wing for three. And it's Mamu Kelishvili missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Last year, coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
Timberwolves trail by 10. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's McDaniels. No good with the triple. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. Wembanyama, what a high release on the 3.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
In transition, here come the Spurs. Pass to Castle. A three-pointer off the mark. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Gobert with a screen on Wembanyama. No one near Randall as he lets it go. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Barnes against Edwards. Wembanyama outside. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Wembanyama's got 6 in the quarter.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop it.
San Antonio leading by 16. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of the shell that I was being put in. Kevin, that's you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report.
Yeah, Gobert making good on the threat of his height and length, just hammering it down.
Fox goes in. 1:35 left in the first half of the game. Clock at 6. Unable to get that one. Gobert with the defensive effort. And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels, possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
In a deep three from Fox. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Last outing for San Antonio, it was a loss to the Warriors. Ripped away. Here's Castle, defended by DiVincenzo. Into the lane, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Now that's how you finish with authority. Show him how it's done, young fella. Stephon Castle is a problem.
Fox against DiVincenzo. Top of the key jumper, no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Wembanyama, a screen on DiVincenzo. Fox against DiVincenzo. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Wembanyama, a screen. Over to the wing. Cranes the three-pointer. Wembanyama has got 21.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
You know, right now for Minnesota, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have.
All right, getting back to this game now and the sensational play from Victor Wembanyama.
Come on now,
Thanks for joining us.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. They've got Miller. Also, Naz Reid out there. Joe Ingles is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Shannon in at the two-guard spot. Here he goes. Good work there as it goes. Stan, I can talk about coaching with you from morning till night, but what's the most difficult part of coaching that maybe the average fan doesn't know about?
Well, there's probably a lot of things like that, Kevin, so I'll just give you one. When you're coaching a star player who's on the decline a little bit, in his own mind, he's still that guy he was in his best years, but you have to limit his role, not get him as many shots, things like that, and there can be some tension, and it's with a guy that you have huge respect for.
That's a great example. Coaching an aging star. Very different. Here's Vassell. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Vassell's got himself on the board with three there. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Here's Alexander Walker. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And making three of their first four shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
6 to shoot. Vassell wide open. A three-pointer, no good. Timberwolves trail by 15 to the inside and taken away by Johnson. The all-time leader in NBA wins, of course, the great Spurs coach, Greg Popovich. So here is a guy who's a peer. What makes him so special, Stan?
Well, first of all, Greg Popovich is not a peer of mine, Kevin. I would never be that presumptuous. This guy is an absolute icon in the coaching world. I think from the outside, I think what makes him so special is he's never looked at himself that way. He's never rested on his laurels. He's a guy that's always evolving and trying to get better.
I love that assessment, but I do think that is true.
Not in any way. Putting that pass right in his stride, didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
Ingles with the screen for Reed. From beyond the arc, and then some.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Here's Vassell. Trains it from beyond the arc. Vassell's got 6.
What a response from Vassell. Coming right back with 3 of his own.
3-pointer. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Vassell, the pass to Bassi.
Timberwolves foul. Miller. First personal foul. Second team foul.
We've got 1:48 left in the third. Here's Vassell. Pass to Bassi. Johnson outside. 4 on the clock. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Bassi, no good.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Such an interesting player, isn't he, Coach? Jeremy Sohan. He played a lot of point guard during his second season.
Yeah, Kevin, the Spurs experimented with Sohan at the 1. It was a bit unconventional. They went away from it later in the year. But that experience as a point guard will continue to help his playmaking ability as his career progresses.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance. Saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. Here's Vassell. Ingles with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 20. 32 seconds left to play in the third. Alexander Walker with the ball. He's got 11. Bassi pulls it in. Bassi's got 4 rebounds now tonight. They set the screen. Puts one up from 19, and he drops that one in. Bassi's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, more and more, Vassell keeps others involved. He's becoming a great passer.
Stolen away. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. Then it's Barnes. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the 4-man position. That's the San Antonio 5. And here's Barnes for three. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy. Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
Wembanyama, a screen on McDaniel. Buries it from three-point range.
At the yard, Fox has only gotten bolder. He takes threes without even thinking about it.
Randall surveying the D. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall. And so Fox will bring it up for San Antonio. Outside for Wembanyama. And a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And on top of that, they've really been dialed in from deep, just dropping triple after triple. Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Stan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier. But I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer. Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. We know players are not shy about criticizing officiating. Anything you try to change or improve with the way the game is called?
Well, I like when the players and the refs get together in the offseason to go over video examples. And I think one thing that's important is you got to have relationships between the players and the officials. And then I think the fans can also then kind of get on the same page. There are going to be missed calls out there. That will never change.
Good on the second free throw. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Here's McDaniels. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Wembanyama, a screen on McDaniels. The three. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
It's Edwards on the wing. Covered by Barnes. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
Wembanyama, no good. The Timberwolves have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Spurs.
And this was... And it's a great finish! Oh my.
You got to have guts and hops to pull off a dunk like that. Randall got a lot of both.
Offensive rebound. Kelishvili passes to Wembanyama. Wembanyama, a screen on McDaniel. It's Fox with the drive. And he makes that one.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on.
Yeah, it's so frustrating as a coach.
Connects again from distance.
He's got this defense scrambling, and even when they've got two guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for three-pointers in a single game.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster. And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Gobert with a screen for Edwards. From outside, off the mark. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just...
On opening day, Grant, every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. And he gets it to go.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
Jokic. Oh, that's offensive interference.
Interference. The score will not count.
And here's Minnesota now. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Michael Malone. I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said, he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now here's Porter. 4 on the clock. Here's Murray on the take, and he lays it up and in. Murray's got his second bucket on the night.
That tenacity on the drive. Murray is at his absolute best when he's in attack mode.
Well, Clark, you look at Denver's lineups. They have a lot of size on this team.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's kind of the polar opposite of small ball, B.A. I mean, with Jokic in the middle and a lot of length on the wings and in the backcourt, too, this is a growing trend in the league as I see it.
Now here's Murray. Pass to Watson. Here's Brown. Outside Murray. Here's the 3. Drills it from deep. Murray's got 7.
Murray has that spirit. If you make one on me, I'm coming back at you for mine.
Gobert with a screen on Porter. For 3, Randle. Jokic grabs the board.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Outside Watson. From behind the arc. The shot misses. For Minnesota, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. McDaniels from long range. Here's Randle. Unable to get that one. Good D by Jokic. And it's Jokic with the ball for Denver. Pass to Brown. 3-pointer. That shot off the mark. The Timberwolves trail. Outside Edwards. Driving inside. Watson with a rebound.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth. Just couldn't finish.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
And here's Murray. There's a minute 54 left to play in the first. Porter a screen. The 3 is up. Murray, no good. Minnesota has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Well, Grant, when you think of Jamal Murray and all he's been through, health is of utmost importance for him.
Oh, extremely important, B.A. Because when Murray is healthy, he's a lethal player and a huge part of this team's success.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively, something that needs to change and change soon.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
And here we go, the Nuggets on the fast break. Brown passes to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
You know, for all of his agility and craftiness, the slick moves, Jokic not afraid to go old school and just throw it down on you.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Here's Randle to get back on track. And DiVincenzo with a basket on the assist from Randle. DiVincenzo's got 6 points. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jokic, no good.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly say that was their game plan coming in.
Denver shooting their first foul shot of the night. With lots of prime seasons ahead of him, Clark, Nikola Jokic already has multiple MVPs and a championship.
It is an incredible resume.
Oh, big finish!
Man! Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
Here's Jokic. Turned in an outstanding game against Utah. Sinks it from distance.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Now here's DiVincenzo. There's the drive. And Gobert with the stuff.
Excellent mobility right there. I like when Gobert rolls to the rim with that aggression.
Murray looking around. DiVincenzo with a steal. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. It's and close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Denver.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
Brown and Porter Jr. are the 2 and the 3. Jaden Watson is out there with Nikola Jokic. And it's Murray in at the point guard position. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets.
Boy, so agile and fluid at 6'10", finishing with an exclamation point. Porter Jr. Hard to stop this young guy.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, B.A. That's the name of their fan base. And, yeah, they're excited. And for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for.
Strong finish by Gobert.
Gobert knows his strengths on offense and plays to him well.
Here's Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
The Nuggets lead by 5. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. They kick it out to Murray. Screen by Watson. With the teardrop. It's rebounded by Minnesota. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Brooklyn where they'll face the Nets. That'll be just the second road game of 5 in a row. Edwards for 3. Here's Gobert. Gobert working inside. The Nuggets have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Murray with it. Now guarded by McDaniels. And here's Porter outside. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Jokic has got rebound number 7 tonight. Edwards is gone just 1 for 4 so far. Murray, no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside, DiVincenzo.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Driving in. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
DiVincenzo fighting through contact there. Dante gets a chance to add another point at the line. Terrific and one.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
It's good. Brown's got his second basket on the night.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
To the paint. Here's McDaniels, and he jams it home with authority.
McDaniels going upstairs with an athletic move.
Jokic with it, now guarded by McDaniels. Randall against Porter. Jokic the screen. Porter's shot is off.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch. The game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Pass to Porter. They kick it out to Murray. Beyond the arc. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
Boy, what a throwdown by the well-built 6'9" Julius Randle with power.
And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the first half.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
With the drive, deflected.
You know, one area where I think Porter Jr. has surprised a bunch of folks is his shot blocking. I mean, he's got a natural knack for doing it.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Here's McDaniels. Oh, my, what a slam right at the buzzer.
And they got the last word in this quarter.
No need to rush there. I mean, he went right to the rim and made a nice, strong finish.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's Minnesota up by 5. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
You know, right now for Minnesota, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah. And circling back to the first half, things have not gone as planned for the Denver Nuggets.
Even teams that have great
And that's a wrap on half.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been quite a game for Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Miller is out there with Joe Ingles. Then there's Naz Reid, and it's Shannon in at the 2-guard spot. Pass to Strother. Back to Gordon. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Here's Shannon. No good from outside. Nuggets trail by 5. To the middle. Here's Strother, covered by Alexander Walker. Now here's Gordon. That's tipped. Going all the way to the rack for the finish. Tipped. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. About a minute played here in the second half. Jacks up a 3.
Bad offense to begin the second half. 4 misses right off the bat.
Down low. Here's Šarić. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
Šarić knows he has the touch needed to capitalize inside.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Minnesota. They've gone 0 for 4. Not the way they want to start the second half. Ingles. Here's Miller. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Here's Westbrook. Pass to Strother. Najee sets a screen. Here's Strother. He's scoreless. Inside. 6 on the shot clock. And he gets the bucket.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Here's Alexander Walker. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Connects from downtown.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Westbrook right side. Stolen by Ingles. Here's Miller. Count it. Miller. And now it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead.
Love the pass from Reed that time. These guys love playing with him.
Here's Strother. Saric a screen. Here's Strother. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Najee. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. The Timberwolves lead by 7. To the inside. A slam dunk by Reed.
Once Reed saw he had room, he went right up with authority.
And there's the lob. And Gordon with the big finish.
And when Gordon is launched and in the air like that, he's a mesmerizing guy to keep an eye on and just get out of the way.
Here's Alexander Walker. Knocks down the long J. Alexander Walker's got 6 here in the quarter.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's going to make you pay.
Westbrook. And Westbrook slams it home.
Westbrook has tremendous elevation for a guard. So athletic, and not only does he get high up in the air, he's strong while he's up there.
Alexander Walker, the pass to Miller. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's on Dario Saric.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one. Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
And 1:01 left to play in the third quarter here. Here's Strother. Yet to see a basket.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative and make something happen.
They recover it. Left side Reed. Another shot. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Reed's got his second bucket of the night.
You know, in that first half, a lot more three-point shooting. Since then, though, they've dialed it back.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Gordon, the pass to Saric. Now here's Westbrook, covered by Alexander Walker. The 3. And Westbrook good for 3. Westbrook's got 5 points. And here's Alexander Walker. Here's Miller. Off target on the 15-footer. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Michael Porter out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Jokic in at the 5. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Here's DiVincenzo.
Who's watching here?
From the arc. Brown grabs the board. Nuggets trail by 7. Here's Watson. Uses the glass on the layup. Watson's got his first basket of the night.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow. It's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for him.
We've seen this before from Murray. In big games, too, a dynamic scorer.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He's covered closely. Pass to McDaniels. Outside Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
And we all know how explosive Edwards can be, reminding us there with that thunderous slam.
Outside Murray. And again, Denver with a 3.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Edwards. It's tipped. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th now. Here's Jokic. Look at Jokic working inside.
This is exactly how you should use Jokic in these situations. Feed that beast inside.
Pass to McDaniels. The kick out to Edwards. Launches it. Again, the miss by Edwards.
Trying to close out. You got to know who's hot and who's not.
DiVincenzo, the pass to McDaniels. Sinks the tray. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
This is where McDaniels has put in a lot of work, catching and shooting with confidence.
Here's Murray. The rebound by the Timberwolves. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to DiVincenzo. The three-pointer off the mark. And so Porter will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Here's Watson. Perfect. Right between the eyes on that one. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. It's McDaniels on the wing, defended by Murray.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
McDaniels against Murray. Randall. Rebounded by Denver. Porter's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside Murray. Outside Porter. Jokic with a screen on McDaniels. To the middle. Throw it down, Nikola.
When it's an important possession, Jokic steps up big.
Here's DiVincenzo. It's stolen. Fast break. Here come the Nuggets. Here's Watson. And he caps off the break with a monster slam.
And that's got to hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Down low and stolen by Gobert. Pass to DiVincenzo. The kick out to Edwards. Back to DiVincenzo. It's intercepted. Brown passes to Watson. And there's the drive.
And you see Edwards trying to do this more, impose his will at the defensive end. Good job defensively that time.
Outside McDaniels. Six to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Porter. to Jokic. Money!
BA, the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. 5 ticks left in the fourth quarter.
Everyone in the building.
And with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to use their coach's challenge.
Slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry. Not an easy rebound at all. But when you win that kind of battle, it gets your blood pumping.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Substitution for your Nuggets. Russell Westbrook.
Here's McDaniels. Oh, couldn't sink it, and we're going to overtime. Regulation is ended. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Westbrook with it. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Christian Brown out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Watson in at the 3. And Russell Westbrook gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Michael Porter Jr. Jamal Murray.
Here's Randall. Soft touch off the glass.
Boy, he's a wrecking ball on offense. Randall, so good at finishing inside.
Here's Murray. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the and in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants them to take another look at the monitor.
At the line for 2, Jamal Murray. The people who reviewed under NBA rules. The officials have 2 minutes to
close calls in every game. The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
The free throw drops from Murray.
To get where you want to go as a team, you need big game players. There's no way around it. And historically, Murray tends to play his best on the biggest stage.
Porter against Edwards. Up and over Porter. Edwards, no good. The Nuggets trail. Here's Brown. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Picked by Gobert. DiVincenzo, pass to Gobert. Jokic grabs the board. Jokic has got 8 rebounds in the game. Outside Murray. And we played just over a minute here in overtime. DiVincenzo with a steal. McDaniels with it. Checked by Murray. Unloads. They grab their own miss. Gobert. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Double-digit boards, a regular occurrence for Gobert. Makes it easier to get those second chance hoops, too.
Jokic in the post. Randall's there. Now Porter from deep. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Randall's got 4 rebounds now. DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. Edwards with some muscle.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Jokic is doubled. And we're going to have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
Here's Watson. They kick it out to Murray. Oh, that bucket gives him his 7th field goal in 12 tries.
Jamal Murray proving he's not afraid of the big moment. Big time shot there.
Here's Randall, and he dunks it down.
Calm when it counts. Randall has that clutch DNA.
The Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 from the field as OT gets going. Here's Brown, guarded by Edwards. Now here's Porter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Misses the 3.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
The 3, DiVincenzo. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Here are the Nuggets with the ball. Outside Porter. Over to the wing. From deep, Jokic. Oh, bangs home the 3. Oh, a tremendous 3. We're tied. Here's McDaniels. Oh, off target. Another tie. And we're going to have a second overtime. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to... As we play on into another overtime, you know these teams must be wearing down. It's become a battle of attrition. Go. Here's Murray. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Jaden McDaniels picks one up.
Yeah, you know, right there in that instance, you could see where Murray was able to take advantage of his size in that situation.
And Murray drops them both. The Timberwolves trail. Outside, DiVincenzo. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It'll go on Michael Porter.
When DiVincenzo is aggressive on offense, he's capable of getting calls when he's being assertive and attacking the rim.
Both free throws good from DiVincenzo. Denver has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Murray against DiVincenzo. Outside Murray. To the left side wing. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Watson. 3-pointer, no good. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting about 47%. A nice number. And here's Edwards.
2 minutes.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
How about the work ethic of Anthony Edwards? Not to mention that linebacker build and the sweet shooting stroke. But what he wants most is to see his team succeed. That's what you love about AE. He's basically automatic from the line, not the guy you want to send there now.
Here's Brown. There's the triple. Kept alive. Here's Jokic. Outside Murray. DiVincenzo with the steal. McDaniels from long range. Rebounded by Denver. Jokic with it. Watson. And Gobert with a block.
Love the way Gobert goes after shots. He blocks quite a few.
Ooh, Edwards with style and authority.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
Pass to Jokic. On the wing, Murray. Porter with a screen on DiVincenzo. Just 5 on the clock. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. It's McDaniels on the wing, defended by Murray. Murray against McDaniels. Yeah!
Coming up big in the clutch. McDaniels with the highlight reel hoop.
Huge moment here.
Have to stay calm in these situations.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Brown, guarded by Edwards. Clock at 6. Oh, he took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. Instead, he'll shoot free throws. Jaden McDaniels picks one up.
Love the old school fake by Porter Jr., bringing them in close to make sure he draws the foul.
Good on both. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Taking 2 shots.
And he's unable to get the second one. And timeout is called by Michael Malone. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
A chance to tie it up here.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
So it's Denver now. Here's Brown. And carries it from deep. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
Unless they can get a wide-open jumper, they might want to attack inside, because even if you miss at the rim, you can still draw a foul, maybe get a putback.
Russell Westbrook.
Here's McDaniels. Missed it! And Chris Finch has called timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Obviously not a lot of time to work with. What do you guys think we're going to see?
They've got one last chance to win it. It's got to be a catch and shoot off the inbounds play. They don't have time for a second pass.
So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. Double overtime. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Allie LaFour.
is absolutely buzzing with anticipation. Each team with their first game of the season here tonight.
The key now is making sure your season starts with a win. That first dub is a catalyst to the start of your season. Helps you find a rhythm very early.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. They've got Harrison Barnes. Fox is out there with Castle. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the power forward.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
And sometimes getting that first bucket puts momentum in your corner, but we'll just have to see.
Jokic against Wembanyama. Barnes screen on Jokic. Barnes outside. Oh, good on the three. Here's the Nuggets now with the ball. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
And easy to understand why many believe Porter is the complete package. Skill at making the correct pass.
Fox goes in. Count it. Good.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And you know, De'Aaron Fox, he has become, RJ, I think, almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, he's always had great speed, so defenders would sag off of him. But now that he has that step-back three, so you have to play up, and that's what he wants you to do.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. I briefly spoke with Michael Malone. Now, I asked him the approach they're going to take with De'Aaron Fox, and Coach said that Fox's speed is the big challenge. He said, we're dealing with maybe the fastest player in the league, so we've got to be high energy at the defensive end. They know they have their work cut out for them. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Now, here's Fox. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. No good from outside. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Here's Brown. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts. You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Here's Wembanyama.
And a big man who moves like a guard. Wembanyama is an absolute terror when he slices inside.
Lets it go from deep. San Antonio with the rebound. Pass to Castle. Hands it from downtown.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Here's Brown, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. Brown's got his second bucket of the night. Fox feeling it out a bit. Mamu Kelishvili passes to Fox. Driving to the basket. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yes, sir. Fighting through the bond. Now trying to finish the three-point play.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Murray, no good.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough three.
Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. Traps in the tray.
We all know that Fox can score, but there he is reminding you that he can also drop some dimes.
Here's Brown. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Brown's got 8.
We'll come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now, here's Fox. He has 5. And that one drops for him. He's got 7. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. They trail by 1. Jokic with his screen on Barnes. And it's Jokic in the corner. San Antonio with the rebound. 36 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Castle. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
They say the vertical is where Castle lacks a bit. Show me where it lacked there.
Watson for three. Another three for Denver.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
There will be some letdown at some point, but these teams, they are built to score. So,
Wembanyama outside, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
3 points.
Wembanyama's got his second basket. Here's Brown. With 1 on the clock, and it's good on the way in.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Spurs.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And they've also been effective from beyond the arc tonight. And if that continues, guys, it can really open up the rest of their offense.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. They've got Castle, also Fox out there. Harrison Barnes is out there with Victor Wembanyama. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the power forward.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
The Nuggets trail. And it's all said and done. Jokic, Greg, is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
Pass to Wembanyama. Barnes outside. Back to Wembanyama. And here is Barnes. Wembanyama, right side. The wing jumper, off target.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
And a wide open look for Porter. Off target from three-point range. San Antonio's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Now, here's Fox. Tight defense on him. Wembanyama gets the bucket.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop it.
Jokic sets the screen for Porter. Jokic against Wembanyama. And stolen by Barnes. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play. That's going to send Jamal Murray to the line. That one on Castle. He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
And what I like about Murray is how he just goes at you. He doesn't hold back on either end and uses his motor to wear you down.
Back from outside. They get it again. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for Aaron Gordon.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production is making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
Here's Murray. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Wembanyama against Murray. Wembanyama with that soft touch around the rim.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Richard, during his rookie year, Victor Wembanyama had a game. with 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 blocks, and 5 made threes. A 5-by-5 for the agent.
That was the first time someone put up those numbers in NBA history. Wemby is going to continue to do things we have never seen before.
Nice move. And there's the nice layup by Fox. Fox has got 9 points.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Murray outside. Offline with his 3. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
We've seen Fox take over games before. Only takes a few shots to go, and then this man is feeling it.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Nikola Jokic may not be the most physically gifted, but there's an old saying in basketball, you're as fast as you can anticipate. LeBron James says he sees plays before they happen. A lot of people don't understand it, but I do. He's special. Kevin?
You know, his mind for the game is just on another level. We appreciate that report. Here's Fox. Michael Porter making his last shot, and it's Fox with the jam.
Look at Fox get up. Okay, I see you flexing on him.
Here's Brown. Guarded by Fox. Driving in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Castle. Sweet move. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Fox has got his 5th assist in this one. Watson surveying the D. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 5.
And he is brimming with confidence. Jokic just doesn't question his decision.
outside for Wembanyama. Goes back up. Barnes left side. Wembanyama, a screen.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
There's Porter at the three. Beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing way to get that ball off in time.
Talk about being poised under pressure. Big time shot from him there.
And so it's tied as we head. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Well, right now for the Spurs, they don't get their home opener until next game. But tonight, they start this new season on the road. Kind of like...
And fellas, you take a look at the Nuggets. A close game so far through the first half.
How have they kept it this close? Their D has been invisible.
Thanks for spending halftime.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Denver's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Jordan is out there with Dario Saric. And there's Gordon. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Strawther in at the shooting guard position. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15-56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar.
Pass to Sohan. Johnson outside. And it's Johnson with the jam.
We're getting a chance to see Johnson's athleticism. This man can really get up and throw it down.
Westbrook scanning the floor. Takes it inside. Rebound by Sohan.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
It's Vassell on the wing. He's covered by Westbrook. They grab their own miss. It's Vassell on the wing. Hits the front of the rim and out. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Outside Westbrook. Connects from three-point range. Westbrook's got 5.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Westbrook against Vassell. And he drives in. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Bassey. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Bassey's got his first basket of the night.
As his career has progressed, Johnson has really improved as a playmaker.
For 3, Westbrook. And again, Denver with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. Zeke Naji, he's checked in for the Nuggets.
Checking in the game for your Nuggets.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. In his young career, Richard, we've seen Devin Vassell really blossom as a two-way talent.
He's a talented player, but I think there's still another level that he can reach, and he needs to continue to grow as a playmaker to get there.
Greg, you know this. Getting that second contract is a major goal for young players in the NBA, like Devin Vassell.
And Devin did, signing a huge 5-year extension in 23. He ended up having his finest year after inking that deal. Vassell has a very bright future.
Snatched up. Here's Sohan. Back to Vassell. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. Drills it from outside. Vassell's got 7 now in this quarter.
Vassell has no conscience behind the arc. He will not hesitate to get it up.
Westbrook, and taken away by Johnson. And there's the drive. 1:44 left to play here in the third. Pass to Champagny. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
Now here's Gordon. Hasn't made one yet. To stop the run, and it's Gordon with the finish.
And we've seen Gordon in the dunk contest before. He enjoys showing off when given the chance.
Basket good. And it's now only a 1-point San Antonio lead.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Pass to Bassey. And with the screen, here's Vassell. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Vassell's got 10 points in just the second half.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
Here's Westbrook. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Still a bundle of energy to contain. Westbrook forcing the issue, as he often does. Now goes to the line.
Richard, one thing is for sure with these Spurs, a lot of top free agents have got to be looking at him now as a destination.
It doesn't take a lot of skill to see that Wemby is a different type of player. And look, if you are a free agent, that's the player that you want to look at to say, hey, can I team up with him and go on a string of championships?
Now here's Barnes. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Off target from outside. Fires the 3. And again, Denver no good. The 3 from Barnes, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he slice the D wide open with this speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court right now for the Spurs. Fox is out there with Castle. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the 4. Here's Fox following the basket by Jokic. Wembanyama, a screen on Murray. Here's Fox. Jokic with the steal. Jokic lumbering in. Got a piece of it. San Antonio's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Three-pointer, Fox. Here's Wembanyama. It falls for his 5th field goal tonight. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Yeah, you have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on it.
Now here's Murray. He's tightly guarded. A floater, and he sinks the layup. Murray's got it all tied up now for Denver.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
Outside for Wembanyama. Goes up from the top of the key, and it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Porter. Pass to Watson. Out to the right wing. Here's Castle. The kick out to Fox. Spurs working the ball around now. Barnes outside. They set the pick. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Watson. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. They now take the lead. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Smooth like butter. Jokic can make you pay from anywhere.
Fox goes in, and it's Fox with the jam.
What energy from Fox when they're up against it, proving he's ready to be that guy.
Here's Watson. Count that one.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
And Fox gets it to go.
And accepting his role as a leader. Fox wants to come through for his guys in the big moments.
Here's Brown. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by De'Aaron Fox. San Antonio's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Castle. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 6 assists now in the game.
Even in his rookie season, it's easy to see Castle's leadership.
Now here's Murray. Pass to Watson. Murray outside. Denver needs to get off the shot. The open shot. Jokic does not get it. 3rd miss. He's made 4 from the field. Here's Castle. The kick out to Barnes. Shoots from the baseline. Good.
What a play from the rookie. Castle showing this team they can rely on him when it counts.
Watson for 3. San Antonio with the rebound. And now the fast break. Fox with the ball. The offensive rebound. And that one's good. Mamu Kelishvili. Mamu Kelishvili has got the lead up to 7 now for the Spurs. From deep, Jokic. That shot missing.
Credit the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
A 3 from Wembanyama.
It's good from long range. And the Spurs lead by 10.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go all that down and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on